hit the like button if and when it resonates. It's like an energy boost for the channel, and it is truly appreciated. Any information on products and services, you can go to astronahuchi.etsy.com to see the new items or services rendered. In the description box, there's a link, as well as my email address if you want to contact me directly or have any suggestions for improvement. We start your reading out with the World card and the Lovers. Now, intuitively, when I looked at this, I see her. That was like the first thing. So usually in the Lovers, the female represents the spirit, right? And sometimes the male counterpart or energy represents something that is physical, right? In this particular photo, we have communication and desire, because I think about the burning bush throughout tradition and history, what that has meant to different religions. I think about the Ace of Wands. And then she has fruit, an apple tree. So usually there's a goal that we should be focusing on, and probably walking with spirit to do so, because the tree reminds me of, like, I don't know if it's mystic or whatever, but when it comes to like the Kundalini, and like, I'm lost for the word, but it's kind of like putting the serpent on the branch. And I know that the serpent and Eve has some sort of connection in biblical terms that could be symbolic to something in spirituality, because everybody used information from different aspects, and they, in their teachings or whatnot. And I know that that's also connected to like the Page of Pentacles, which is the energy to be in to get that serpent onto the branch. And you don't have the Page of Pentacles, but you got the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So that said, and I had all of these thoughts flashing, right, as we spoke, me and spirit on these cards. So intuitively paying attention to the feminine energy, because she has the book and she's in the bed that the Fool jumps out of in this deck. So it gives me some level of completion, or a full circle, or a cycle. And I feel like it would be more spiritual and or goal related. Okay. Now that that's out of the way, because it's like that was my first thing, focusing on her. This is crossing her, so this could be challenging her or him. Okay. Which the Lovers could represent decisions as well, or choices, multiple choices, or at least two. Now, this isn't one of those situations where two things can be true, because that would be more like the Two of Swords. So it's like either or type deal for some of us. And then the Lovers may be being at a distance, but there's some sort of wrap up and a cycle between the two of you. And she done got all dirty. Now, she wasn't dirty when she chose to make this decision, but by the end of it, I feel like she's going to be went through something and still get to where she needs to be. And even, tell a story, because she's reading a book. So she had the book that gave her the help, or she writes the book, whatever the case may be. But I don't see him, right? So it's like where something is spiritual or symbolic on one side, and another side it's physical. So I feel like some of you guys may be involved in a situation or a relationship that has spiritual gain, okay, or some sort of spiritual lesson, even if it's being played out through physical relationships, and possibly with an intimate partner or a male. And I guess that's hitting the nail on the head, because the puppies are like agreeing with me. But that's how we start out with the World card and the Lovers. These are two major arcanas, and I feel like it's a big deal. You may not know it, but in this particular deck, this stairwell always leads up. And upward to me represents the other realms, the other dimensions where God rests, because the Judgment card also has these stairs, and it's one person in front of those stairs. But in this case, it's two people. All right. So who's getting to the finish line, or are you guys finishing together? It could be a contractual situation. It could be an actual marriage, or just representing the reward for some of us that is coming from the divine for possibly doing something yourself or making the right decision. In the focus, we have the Nine of Cups. So this is on what makes us happy. This is wish fulfillment. And if all fails, it represents a level of acceptance and contentment. It kind of puts me in the mind frame of the lesson of the King of Cups energy. So it could be Scorpio, Pisces energy for some of you. But I hope that it's wish fulfillment. Oh, here we have it in the recent past. See, look at that. Oh my God. So he already went. Okay. He has the idea. There's somebody that could be thinking of you or has this idea or a desire for you, Pisces. I ain't gonna hold you. The reason why she's on land in this circle could be because this person may be, making a choice. I'll say that there could be a choice being made. There may be a yes to an answer, because usually the Ace of Wands is like this strong, burning sensation, connection, idea, desire. It also represents like new budding energy for my entrepreneurs, or just some level of excitement. And generally an answer to your question is yes. Okay. This is also the wand. All right. And usually connects to the physical aspect of the masculine energy. Now here we have, this is super cute. This is what connects to the feminine aspect of the divine. These are the different, you know what I'm saying? Like if we were doing the positive and negatives, or the feminine and masculine energy, the plus and the minus, these are the cards that I would use. However, for one individual person that may not be dealing with a relationship, these cards represent newness. So there are new feelings, there's new spiritual cycles, there's new things being created, there's inspiration, there's drive. And all of these things will come from your ability to have contentment in whatever this fog was, whatever the confusion may have been, whatever the choices are, whatever this person was. Okay. I do feel that new cycles are opening up for you, but we'll see what we have. Here's that communication. And I said that somebody's thinking about you, somebody's reassessing their emotions, and I feel there could be a level of communication if that hasn't already happened. I also feel for those of you that could be intimidated by new thoughts, new feelings, new ideas, the Page of Swords is kind of saying that you have the potential, you have what it takes, but there could be pups, there could be some insecurities or just not feeling ready yet that may be on the horizon. Now, I could see how someone that is very alpha-like or a masculine energy, they about to get it. Excuse me, dudes. I'm going to take your toy if you don't stop. Hey, can one of you come take the toy from the puppies, because they're not sharing and they're interrupting me, so they can't have the toy if they won't share it. Hello? Anyone there? Can you get this toy from the puppies, because they're not sharing it and they are murdering each other in my background? Take the toy. Or give it to me, because they're not sharing. And once you guys learn how to share, I may give it back. Thank you. Okay. So the Page of Swords is also a student of some sort. And the World card could represent online. Some of you guys are making a decision or maybe changing your majors. There's a change that's happening when it comes to a lesson, all right? A major, okay? Or looking at the major arcanas, there could be some changes in your cycle of soulmates. If you were dealing with a particular situation that's wrapping up, that may have been more of a cord or a connection. There may be something divine. There may be something more spiritually satisfying. All right. And that usually is an aspect of the masculine, to be caught up in the physical, and then lo and behold, I'm missing my spiritual development. I feel spiritually barren. So let me think of or go back to somebody who fulfilled me in that area. And this is where my insecurities lie because I treated this person not so nice. And I'm wanting to communicate with them. I'm wanting to come back to them. I'm wanting to try things all these new ways. But I ain't going to lie, kind of insecure because they're all confident now. They walking with spirit. They making choices that probably make them happy, and they're focused on business or finance or school. And it's like, I don't think they're going to be susceptible to what I'm saying, and rightfully so. But I can't stop feeling these feels, right? So that's how it happens. I also want to point out the fact that you guys have 3 aces at this point, which definitely talks about something new. As we have wrapped up and completed something, there may be another thing or another phase, or those completions are bringing about the rewards, but we'll see what clarifiers come out. This is like too good. All right. I only got the first 2 cards when I shuffled your energy and started pulling cards. I was excited to get started because the magic be happening off camera. So I was like, I'm not gonna do the full spread and then get the interpretation and then record, which I do sometimes. But I noticed with me, the magic be happening like when the cameras are off and I'm freshly shuffling out the cards. So that's why I stopped at these 2. But that is insane. Using our discernment, doing some research first. There could be some communication. I feel this communication is definitely from someone of the past. These 3 individuals are in the 3 of Wands. So my Pisces may have been in search of or waiting for or even intimidated by a person, all right, or a lover. And this energy returns, okay? Or it is spirit, because that's Gabrielle for me, or whoever the guard is, because it could be your guards. We had the gateway the other day. Some of you are being protected, you know, as you sleep or when you astral project. There's some level of protection on things that have the capacity to link with you, to come back with you, because that came up. I was like, what the fuck is connecting to Pisces when you guys are, you know, meditating, astral projecting, or doing any spiritual work, things that attach to you? Like, you have no idea that you put yourself out there in those dimensions. Like, we see each other in the 3D. But when you have the capacity to access other dimensions, it's like they see you, but you might not see them. And without knowledge, okay, proper experience, or even an awareness of this, can easily have things connected to you. So there's that. We're going to take a clarifier on judgment because that's the approach to take to it. So it definitely talks about your soul purpose firstly. What you came here to do. If any of you are questioning what studies should you take up, what should you teach, what is your life purpose, what should you be focusing on, the type of person you should have, this person could also be coming into some sort of realization like, I know what I'm here to do, and maybe you fit that more so, or make them happy in ways that like the 3rd dimension or whatever they're doing does. There could be a distance between some of you. This could be long distance, but they still keep their eyes on you and is trying to make a decision, or could be in the very near future or right now making this final judgment on something. And if I see the 8 of Wands, it could be relocating or moving. Or if I see the Page of Wands popping up, okay, unexpected visitors. Now, in the environment, now, if I had seen this first, we probably would have been talking about more finances, because the environment, you have the 8 of Pentacles, the bottom of the deck, you had the Ace of Pentacles. So this talks about continuity, right? Did I say it correctly? The 8 of Coins is usually about work. It is also about mastery. So this choice and this new idea that is going to inspire this happiness, doing what you love, may bring about some sense of completion, confidence, and mastery. Okay. And we are going to take clarifiers for all of your cards. A lot of major arcanas are in this reading, and a lot of aces. So, I mean, it's evident, okay, that the divine has its hand in it. The aces are being given to you. Something may be manifested and or transmuted, because it's no coincidence that Temperance is here. And then we have this Ace of Wands and this Ace of Cups. So it's like the fire and the water, again doubling down on Scorpio. So wherever Scorpio falls in your chart, or if any of you are dealing with a Scorpio, Mercury is heavy as well, and Capricorn. So and Aquarius. Okay, so all of those good things. Now we have Pisces here is on my mind. That's who I choose. That's who I love. That is crazy. There's some sort of weight. Somebody wanted to hang in there, and then someone is waiting on a realization. Like, so I've just kind of like explained what's going to happen before they even thought about it. That's crazy. And let me show you how. This is funny. Okay. So look at it like this, because some of you it's happened, some of you it hasn't happened. They struggling with it, but I'm not. All right. So now, the near future, we have a delay, a wait. We have some sort of awakening. We have a person that could have been focused on making decisions and choices that are in alignment with their soul purpose, but trying to figure out what that is. Our approach to take to it is tempering oneself, kind of like staying balanced, to put one foot in the water, keeping one foot on land, staying grounded because there is the water. Now giving this King of Cups vibe where we have learned contentment and how to control the emotion, which was the cycle that we had to live up to. But at the same time, we are now like using the water. And for some of you, using the water could have to do with this wishing well, okay, as well as your ultimate happiness. So you're trying to manifest something. And even though some of you may have been trying to control or move away from emotions or the water, I feel that it is necessary in what you're manifesting, because not only do you have to visualize it, but it would benefit you to feel the feels, especially when we talk about vibration and frequency. Now, but back to this person, okay, who's probably doing some research, like I said, and having some sort of inner, thankfully it's not an inner conflict, but they're having some sort of moment with themselves where they're reevaluating, and at the same time the divine is working with them on something that is isolated to them, like their lives, understanding and differentiating what negative influences they could be experiencing, what south node energy is being overused and unfavorable, what north node energy to kind of like add to balance things out. So it's like a transmutation spiritually, and this will probably help more than likely if they let it, or if you let it in the third dimension to be physical, because I'm talking about a spiritual journey on one end, and we're also talking about finances, something physical or like a tangible thing being manifested on the other end. But in the environment, either way you look at it, it's sacrifice, it's work, it leads to wish fulfillment or contentment with doing the work, like getting to mastery, getting to this level of completion. It also talks about graduation for some of you guys, or a degree, okay? And when I think about degrees, it's like the temperature of this branch in these choices and the temperature in this idea, okay? I learned something crazy about degrees too. Like when it comes to melting wax, I was old school and just doing what I do, but pouring it at a certain temperature does give you a different reaction once it's chilled. Because I was like, some of my candles are perfect, flat top, one pour perfect, but then the other ones kind of like dip in the center sometimes, and you have to like go in and like balance out where the little dip is in the middle. So that's temperance, that's working it out, that's having the realization that, oh, some shit does matter that I didn't think matter. And that sounds just like somebody who may have played games in their soul purpose, spirituality, or relationship sector, solely focused on what they wanted, physicality, desire, or chords and connections, and fuck shit, right? So that makes sense. The Sun card is backing me up. It's agreeing with me. That's a yes. But some of you guys are definitely going to get accepted into this higher realm of knowledge and understanding, so much so that you could be developing your own schools, your own businesses, your own nonprofits, your own belief systems. I mean, a lot of us millennials have Saturn in Scorpio, or Scorpio and Pluto. And if you look into some of your natal chart interpretations, some of you have a destiny, whether you embody it or not, to have a collective of some sort and a teaching of some sort, because here's teaching, but not being the teacher per se, because we don't see the King of Pentacles, even though, his card or her card is in the center here. This is like the beginning. This is like the whatever it took this. Okay, I'm a used buddy. I don't care who it turned off, because I'm fair. I talk about religion all the time. I talk about the Bible all the time. God, Jesus, Mary, and all the saints. Aleister Crowley is an example of a person that had a personal journey, a higher calling, a natal chart that also pointed to it, and probably after some time, a personal desire to create a belief system which long after your death will reign. You feel me? So Thelema, I think is connected to Satanism. I don't want to scare y'all, but we're talking theology here. Okay, so just be mature. That's an example that crossed my mind, and I wasn't going to hold it back because some of y'all may not like him. But it's an individual that who they were, how they thought, what they connected to, and them mastering it, having the confidence to do so, putting in the work, having the creative mind, the imagination, the magic, which is hereditary, things that can't be taught in school, working with spirit in some form or fashion, feeling it, crafting it, you feel me? And then finally putting it together to become not a teacher like at a university or some sort, but like a guard of information, and also like the head of an organization or something like that, in a very masculine way, like an owner. Okay, so if you aren't interested in starting some tribe, okay, it would talk about, I don't want to say just the owner of a business, but I mean, come on, we have the King of Cups energy, we have the King of Pentacles energy, we have the Hierophant here, we got a lot of soul purpose spiritual talk here, we got choices and decisions, we got duality, we have judgment. Okay, it's a lot going on. Marriage, let's get to that. Now we're gonna be practical. Now I'm gonna get the shuffling. Scorpio heavy here though. Scorpio real heavy here though, and somebody wants to celebrate. Somebody could be finally ready. Because oh shit, oh now you broke or your health decreasing, and ain't that some shit? I always got this very holy optimistic way of reading these cards, could be because it be true, but let me find out. Somebody said I'm ready for marriage because they sick, or like life isn't going well for them, or they don't have like physical things, money, objects, items, like whatever was distracting them before. I don't think they have a lot of that, and now it's like they ready to consider, changing their life, giving their life to Christ, going to church, or getting married or something. And you can hear it in my voice. Okay, now my Aquarius Gemini energy gonna come out. I'm trying to be nice. Okay, this ain't about me, but I am Pisces sun sign, so I can't speak for everybody, but for me, that don't work on me. That don't work for me. I know people's parents who tried that shit. I know men, women. Oliver, would you move before you pull this thing down? Come on, buddy. You want to say hi to my friends? Okay, you're gonna have to do it short later. We can't do this right now. My personal take on it is because this me. It ain't gotta be you, or maybe this you, and this just the part of me that connects with you, and I can resonate with it and explain it. Oliver, I mean, he is not. Get on now. Because now he's a Capricorn, but he got strong Pisces vibes. I ain't gonna hold you. Move it, because he is very charming and warm and like emotional and shit and lovey and stuff. But he be on some psycho shit sometimes, especially when you look at him straight in the eyes and get scared. But yeah, so I appreciate change when it's hard. And that could even talk about sacrifice. And so we're going to get to this wish fulfillment because Michael is at the bottom of the deck now. And this is also like swift communication. These are this, I wouldn't say action, but it's like thoughts in motion. It's like things actually happen. This is like the manifestation coming in, and maybe that's why for some of you, you even have a hint of feeling it, seeing it, and embracing it, because when it's in the fire, it's not physical, but it's not just on the other side being prepared. It's making its way into this dimension, or has made its way into this dimension to become solid. Okay, because it can start like this, but I think it started like this because the kether is at the top. But I think being surrounded by the water and okay, it's a long story. The point is, I was trying to make, if it's hard to do something, I like that. Now hear me out. If there's a complicated relationship, a situationship, or however this plays out into somebody's life, and it's like, I'm asking you to do something that you may not want to do, you may not understand at the moment. You could be busy, you could be distracted, you could be. Love and compassion for me is at that moment, because it's something that would make me happy and you want to make me happy because I make you happy, and this is called compromise. And I've already compromised for you before, right? So I'm just going to throw that out there. You compromising for me in a moment where you wouldn't necessarily do it on your own, but since it's something I'd like and you want to prove a point of love or loyalty and do it, cool. But individuals who don't do it over and over again, and then now that whatever was more important to me at the time ain't there no more, or I have some toxic thing like a fear, aging, right? Because people start getting old, getting closer to death, and they want to stop doing shit. Have a report from the hospital saying something changing, and they want to stop doing shit. Or have near-death experiences. Well, that's different. And then want to shake shit up. I'm going to leave that alone. That's different. But y'all get what I'm saying? Like, you decide to, when it's easy to make a change. Y'all lucky God, I ain't God. Okay? Or depending on the day, I might say that I am. However, that's the difference that I'm talking about. And you have the right to handle that however you choose. But me personally, you making a change when there was no other option, and or it's easier now to do so, that ain't the type of love or loyalty that I'll be looking for. And I think the Hierophant will say the same thing. The Hierophant is very my way or the highway-ish. The Hierophant is very traditional and belief system-ish, who probably would appreciate more respect, loyalty, and adoration and all that stuff. You know how people feel? Like, yeah. And if you ain't give that, I don't know. But for some of you, it's definitely about marriage. For others of you, it's more of a spiritual thing in finding your purpose, why you met this person, what you're here to do, and actually mastering that. Like, that could lead you to your ultimate success. And I think that that's super dope. Some people become very successful for doing something. I got food in my nail this whole time. That is super gross. Don't judge me. Some people find their success through many different avenues. Some people find their success through their exact sole purpose. Some people find the love of their lives through whatever's most important to them. And some people find the love of their lives through strong spiritual connections, and both of them tapping into the divine. But so it's a lot going on here. We're going to sit these here and take some clarifiers. I can't believe y'all been watching me this whole time like, ooh, she dirty. On God, I am not. But we just ate, and I fed 2 kids and 2 puppies. And yes, I'm sitting here like, ew. And yes, I tasted it to see, make sure it was food. That's some fat shit. Okay. Anywho. And now I'm scared because it tastes more like the dog food than what we had for breakfast. So, here we are. We're going to take some clarifiers. What do I want to use? I love these cards. They came through today. They've been on the shelf for a little bit. Let's start at the top. We got the World card, King of Cups energy. So I have accepted Okay, I am content. And this talks about the beginning of time. Some of you guys, this relationship could involve a connection that started at the beginning of time, which could be you and the origin of source, or you and the source of the origin of this relationship. Okay, we got the Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck, the Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And it could be some separation and loss, which is crazy. The stories are mirroring each other, where they say we all kind of feeling some kind of way from being separate from source and now being all individual specimens here in this third dimension looking for something. We think we're looking for a person or love or food or money, and it's like, no, you are missing something that you haven't found yet, and that thing is where you came from. Others of us, it could be a remembrance of a person. It could be a remembrance of a lifetime that you had with this individual. But and the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, I think, do share that kind of connection. So that's super cool that you have experienced that, even if it hasn't been the greatest of feeling this lifetime. We have the Emperor here with the Nine of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. And I knew the Page of Pentacles was going to come up because it also tells me about the perseverance while going through all of this, to still cube your square and master yourself at the same time, figuring out whatever this mystical, magical, spiritual journey stuff is, and being in control of and the leader of your life. Okay, this relationship, even this situationship that's giving toxic vibes from the past, had high potential, but takes a lot of work. And I don't know if somebody chooses to master themselves first before they put in a lot of work to a relationship that is just based on potential or what, but there's some deep emotions involved. Okay, we can clarify for the lovers. This is a choice or a decision. I saw the Ace of Swords, so now you have all four aces that have popped up. You got the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups, you had the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, and you just had the Ace of Swords. And look, I'm back with the Knight of Swords here. When I think about the Knight of Swords connecting to this Ten of Pentacles, if this isn't moving in together, picking a soulmate, who they want to start a legacy with, die with, start a business with, like the whole shebang, that is deep. Because it's like, you actually complete me. I got some deep old vibes with you, right? I feel that we both have the potential to maximize our businesses, our ideas, okay? And it could even improve health or improve business. So watch out for opportunities. If we see the King of Swords pop up, look at that. Hold your ground and your boundaries. Use your discernment, because I hit it on the head. Like, they see you as valuable now because of the work that you've done on yourself. But I'm going to take you back to when I said, I don't know if I like that, because you didn't do it when I was, you wasn't with me in the gym. Like, you didn't do it when it would have mattered. You're doing it now because it's easier for you. Now, I will say, in defense of soulmates, and look, somebody fooling with a Capricorn, or we're going to get into that. I will say, in the defense of being non-biased to my personal opinion, if that's what you had to do to get the person that you want, ain't nothing wrong with that either. Like, that points back to the insecurities. Well, let me go back, because I was doing a science project. That goes back. Somebody definitely is like in love with Pisces, though. That, and then wants to communicate that, but is so like afraid of deep feelings. Oh my God. And it's also reassessing how they really feel deep down inside, right? What was I talking about? So I can turn my Aquarius antagonism off and just like focus on facts. Thank you, Capricorn. It's like, focus on, do your job. Where was I? Oh yeah. So yeah, take my bias out, because I'm a non-biased reader that is here for you guys, win, lose, or draw. If you had some insecurities and have through life made vast improvements to where now you even feel like you either above or at the same level of this person, and coincidentally, because your perspective has changed about yourself, and some things in your life have changed as a result of, right? They could also think that now. And so where you are and where you got yourself to, be proud of that. They're seeing it. And even if they haven't communicated these things to you emotionally, mentally, internally, there's some shifting and some thinking about you, and some long-term, deep down decisions and discernment being had by a person or you. Okay. Ooh, the eagle is next, and the eagle is connected to the hanged man, kind of like having this momentum to go from waiting into this realization or some sort of awakening. And the eagle also is a new perspective, a fresh set of eyes, seeing it from a higher ground. And see what I just did there at the end was seeing it from a higher ground without being emotional or petty or biased, or you ain't meet me, or you ain't see me at the gym or whatever. It's just understanding life, understanding people, and ultimately understanding what could truly make you happy. Because let's just say you stand on business, you set healthy boundaries, you say fuck this person, right? But then you deep down inside actually love this individual more than anybody else on this earth, and you're just going to be standing your ground the rest of your life, and nobody ever in this whole planet is going to make you that happy. So you're sacrificing a love that you have for a person for, you feel me? So that's the two choices. I'm all right with that. If you say I'm going to go out with self-love, even if it means I never experienced the level of love I had for you with anyone else, because you can't make yourself. You can say, oh, I'm going to manifest somebody better, or I'm going to have that and more. Okay, that's possible. However, we're talking about strong, spiritually reincarnated, embedded shit, right? That it's like once in a lifetime deal. And this person could have bullshitted for 50 years. I could have some 65-year-olds in the audience right now, and say this person bullshitted me for 50 years. Fuck them forever, once and for all, because you've been saying fuck them for decades. But this time it's for real, right? And then, you just spend your last little 65 higher. You can live to 100, whatever the case may be. What is that? 35. You can spend the next 35 years standing your ground, right? And never experiencing a love like that, even though finally they were ready. So there's that. Let's get to the wish fulfillment. And I saw the moon card. So the moon card is like, no, they won't. So a lot of you won't, which is great. Or double downing on that message if you're dealing with the Cancer. The sea serpent is overwhelming emotions. The 9 of Cups is learning how to tame that. But the favorable aspect of the sea serpent with the 9 of Cups is somebody moves that your wish fulfillment is 10 Cups. And others of you, the 9 of Cups is contentment in those cords and connections, because the 10 Cups all connect to each other in the wild unknown. And I love that. That interpretation means so much. And while some people misinterpret it as soulmates and a completion of amazingness, that is one aspect of it. The other aspect, those are the exact cups that you said no to, yes to, that's going to kick your ass, that's going to benefit you. Every cup you can imagine this lifetime, all those cords and all those cups are in that 10 cups. So here you got the cords, the cups, and the 10 cups. Okay, don't play with me. Now, Archangel Michael is going to be granting some wishes, and you're going to be crazy happy, okay? Others of you, this is slaying that dragon, because the devil card did temporarily show his face, and that was the one job Michael had, regardless of him later becoming the wish fulfiller. It was definitely the dragon slayer, and this serpent is giving kind of like dragony vibes. And unfortunately, the one person who does it for you like that could be your 10 of Cups, that could make you feel like God heard your prayers, is the one motherfucker that get you in your feelings so bad you overwhelmed, drowning in water. Okay, so with the 10 of Cups, I did see the Knight of Wands. I see the Ace of Cups again, because that's what we get into. This is probably on my mind. The bat is Scorpion energy. The star is Aquarian energy. We have the moon here. A lot of my collective is moon and Aquarius. So if we're talking about transits, and in these transits, you can go from feeling overwhelmed with emotions to having great ideas. Just stay grounded and meditate and find contentment through the rigmarole, because there's some higher levels of knowledge, perspectives, and things that are being granted to you. There's also somebody trying to take a higher approach to a situation that's already ended, and they do now see you as the creme de la creme. Not gonna hold you. Others of you could be getting ideas that lead to fortune and fame, or lighting a match, and everybody's gonna have their eyes on you. But be mindful, because you are the light in darkness, but are very much so well protected. Okay, that's to my divine children and my moon children, moon babies, or whatever. Okay. Some of you could have been the little sacrificial lambs and generational curses or whatnot, and have dealt with biological health issues that leads to psychological or mental behavioral issues, as well as your gifts and your abilities. So it's all kind of tied in together. But thankfully, those of you that may resonate with have higher dimensional protection, and maybe that's why you get an information in this reading like it has sucked a lot. It hasn't all been your fault. Players fuck up, because we have fallen in love with dust buckets. But some of y'all love this person so much that your guides will help this person become better for you. And then fortunately, a lot of you actually saying fuck this person and working on yourself, you have become something better. So at the end of the day, that will be beautiful to have like somebody who worked on themselves, be content within themselves to be good enough for anybody. And then the motherfuckers who like was stupid, getting some sort of extraterrestrial, intelligence or divine guidance. I would love that. Now, some of y'all that have been givers, my empaths, star seeds, you ain't doing that no more. I mean, where you would allow yourself to be the light in darkness and everybody could benefit from you. I don't think you doing that no more. Others of you, this person is brainstorming because, like I said, other things in their lives and other relationships ain't working no more, where there was plenty and I didn't care about shit because it's always enough, or fuck it, it is what it is. I'm an emotionless being. They don't feel like that no more. They wish you well, okay? And I'm thinking about the wishing well, okay? They wish you well. That's good. I like that. They want to work with you. They may communicate about that. They know that they missed an opportunity with you. This does talk about a collaboration of some sort. And now I got 13 stars, child. Maybe some of you guys are working with spirit, getting taught different things, preparing yourself so that you're no longer feeling insecure internally, whether you want to admit it or not. Some of you have been protected from, now you have been depressed and sad about not having this person, but others of you, divine intervention has purposefully not let y'all mash up at the right time, at the right place. Even though this is possibly the highest potential relationship that you could have on this planet with this Page of Pentacles, others of you, okay, let me one story at a time. So they want to work with you. They may communicate with you about that, or they're feeling insecure about that because men's supposed to do this and women's supposed to do this, and maybe I ain't that, and you want this and I'm that, right? Others of you that have like this divine child, like this inherited, divine baby is what I used to call it, or whatever, golden child type energy, you could have missed opportunities or felt you have. And that led to some sort of like disappointment and sadness or feeling blue because you didn't get enough out of something, or you blame yourself for not putting enough into something, or family in general. You feel that the family you didn't get a great start in life. You know what I mean? Or you felt like more was destined to you. And energetically, you may not have been your best, like at some points in life, maybe purging a lot of things, getting some things out of your system. And I don't care if it's programming in your DNA or actual, genetic situations that you incarnated with. Okay, so now the approach, when we talk about using our discernment towards this individual, didn't I just have Temperance right here? I told y'all it went the other way. Because Pisces is about to get something, and I feel like you're about to blow up when it comes to something that you're working on. There may be some collaborations in the near future, and I feel like it could be business related. Somebody with deep pockets may stimulate your business, and you are going to be blown the fuck away. It's crazy. Temperance, there's some alchemical thing happening You know, you going on a quick, short journey of aspiration, inspiration, travel. This is like somebody blowing up, getting so hot they go on tour, doing guest appearances on podcasts, child, or just really getting into that South Node energy and activating those gifts that you've already mastered to get what you got last life or get what you didn't get. Because we talked about how I felt Tesla went out broke and came back as the richest person and almost smartest man on the planet. Now trying to get us all on Mars, right? so I do like that. But there's the reason why you're changing or this person is changing because it's a cellular level divine intervention kind of thing that's going on. Now see, I want to work with you. There's some sort of peace offering. I don't know if you want it. I don't know if it's enough because you thinking about 10 coins in the environment is 6. Okay, so I don't know what we're going to do about that. It also talks about those of us that, you know, are being encouraged to continue to ground ourselves, to find spiritual connections or a belief system that does work for us or something outside of the negative and the missed opportunities, the sadness, the bullshit on the planet and all that you've had to sacrifice and the family issues and all that shit. It says that we need to balance it out and have gratitude. Nipsey taught me that too. To have gratitude because it's a chemical thing. I used to say I hate faking, and I used to do it because Nipsey asked, you know, Nipsey talked, and I was gonna say he asked me to do it. He asked me to do it personally, but kind of like he did by sharing his experiences to get to his level of success. He mentioned waking up every day. First thing he did was look out the window and have gratitude for something, just to appreciate whatever the fuck it was that he saw, and I thought that was dope. For me, that was fake. To purposefully, when I first woke up, to intentionally go out to the window and like practice gratitude and appreciation, I didn't feel shit. I was just doing that shit because he said it worked, right? Lo and behold, where are we at now? 3 years later, I feel what I have gratitude for because maybe for him it was waking up in the morning, right? For me, it's taking naps. It's quiet time. It's being left alone. And when I meditate or when I lay down at night, I appreciate having moments of silence. I appreciate having somewhere to sleep. I appreciate having quiet. I appreciate my connection to spirit and like the warm little tingly hugs that I get from, you know, the divine intervention that I've attracted through an inheritance, you know, whatever the case may be. I feel what he felt, but for me, it wasn't waking up looking out the window. It was actually before I went to sleep at night. So the point that I'm making is that changes your blood, your neurological system, and your perspective to actually feel grateful and have gratitude. You get all mushy inside and shit like that. For some of you, because you feel that hard work is necessary or sacrificing, giving is holy, right? You need to give some shit away. You need to donate something. You need to do something for somebody else because mentally and chemically, that's going to help you get from these 6 pentacles to the 10 pentacles, okay? Others of you, something is over and the communication has stopped because they probably came to you with an offer and you said, fuck y'all. Fuck you. Absolutely fuck you. And I ain't gonna lie. This is like the first time Spirit has showed me something without saying let them figure it out for themselves. But for some of you, ending a situation completely brings about some sort of wish fulfillment on another side. And I don't mean another side like outside of this world. I'm saying like you ending something and saying fuck this for real brings some wish fulfillment about. I ain't gonna hold you. So if you confused, like, or me and this person gonna work it out, or me saying fuck that is gonna give me some wish fulfillment from my gods, I don't know. But that I just seen it myself. Archangel Michael came through, and then the Knight of Cups came through. Then the offer came through, but it was after the Death card, and the Eight of Wands was in the reverse. So yeah. When I get it clarified for Temperance, this is back to the lesson, the teachers, those of you that have this, you supposed to be some sort of, I'm an ass, I'm goofy. So yes, I do want to keep saying cult leader, but some of you are supposed to be leaders of a pact or a collective of some sort. especially when we were talking about schools, higher learning, collaborating, working with, understanding the Kabbalah, or quantum healing, but getting paid. Okay, this is for you. When the student is ready, the teacher appears, and sometimes the wolf card gives me fox vibes in this deck. So that was the fox would be more so for those of you where I was talking about a bullshitter. Then there's this energy of being clever, right? And then there's also when the student is ready, the teacher appears, and at the bottom of the deck we have the elephant, which means some of you don't know when that is or where you're going, but if you stay tapped in and tuned in to the divine, you will be directed. You may not see everything coming together around you, but if you stay walking, you can at least have the light at your feet to know when you on ground and when you on water, honey. So just keep going forward. Because he said, I ain't fucking with the water. I'll wait. So there's that. Let's get a clarifier for you Pisces or this hangman. See what we got, y'all. Okay. I knew it. Spirit, okay, we'll wrap up with the possibilities for everybody. But I said if that Father of Swords came out, we did have an opportunist who shit ain't as well as it used to be eyeing you, looking. I also feel that some of us are becoming irritated, and this transmutation will help these deep spiritual wounds, and also help to balance out you along your journey for your purpose and your path. That's a big thing, because the Page of Swords asks a lot of questions. The King of Swords exactly does not like that. And I know, well, actually it's more irritation with the Page of Wands and the King of Swords, but this together also talks about being irritated. And then the Buffalo in reverse is like, I'm not handling unexpected situations, or tower moments like I used to, and being very emotional about it or feeling overwhelmed. And this is ground yourself, transmuting, get into it. You know what I'm saying? Get into some heavy duty holistic studies to transmute that, baby. So yeah, some of you guys, okay, do I stop there? We have the Truth, a Virgo, and the Cup. We got confusion, having a backbone to not allow motherfuckers to confuse you, the ghosting, unexpectedly, I want to tell you how I feel, then I'm going to ghost you right afterwards. That's a lot. But I do hope that it helps. Don't forget to hit the like button if it did resonate, and subscribe for more videos, and check your notification bell, because I was trying to see if I could get notifications for like my favorite readers and stuff. And I noticed that the notifications were turned off in my phone from YouTube altogether. So it's like I couldn't turn hers on and leave his off. They were all off. So, I mean, if you guys care, I understand if you don't, though, because I had mine off for a long time. Excuse me, but I turned them on recently because I realized I couldn't individually get notifications. It's, do you want notifications on through YouTube or not? And then I think maybe you can go to everybody's page that you want to hear from and hit the bell or unhit the bell. But whether you have the bell hit or not, they're all going to be off if it's turned off in your phone. So if you've wondered why I don't get notifications, I haven't seen you in years, that could be it. Okay? Until next time.